Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your week of February 20th of 2020. So it's 2/20/20. And I am going to do your Cancer reading for this week. So let's take a look and see what's going on for you guys. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. Been stirring the pot for karma. I'm actually sick of it. However, it is what it is. Let's pull some cards for you, Cancer. And welcome. Talk to me a little bit on the chat, guys. Let me know where you are. What's going on with you? Here we go. Queen of Cups. Eight of Cups. Ugh, Three of Wands. Okay, so you're all in your emotions so far is what I'm seeing. So the Queen of Cups references emotions. I'm seeing like this is all about like feeling your emotions in their entirety. I'm seeing the Eight of Cups. Things are moving faster than you feel like you can keep up with, especially when it comes to relationships. The Three of Wands indicates that you're having this sensation of being watched. You're either being criticized or you feel as if people are being a little too judgmental. And however, you're trying to find that perfect balance of like detachment. So you're trying not to be really worried about what other people are saying. However, you know that it's pretty healthy to listen to feedback. But you're finding that core, like that little circle that your bubble that you're trying to keep intact, right? So the other thing that's super on your mind right now is work. So you have the King of Wands and you're trying to find that balance between like your emotions and your practicality. So as we're playing with this, it's like, I'm trying to make logical decisions. I'm trying to focus on my work. This may indicate that you've been into some leadership coming up. You're feeling definitely overwhelmed. It's just a lot of things hitting at once. And it just feels like you can't, once you're done completing a thought, you're moving on to the next one. That feels like little challenges that keep popping up so that you have your attention constantly on them. This right here, the Seven of Wands, I call that one my batting cage. So that's your second indicator right there is where you start to learn that you really can take on more than you think you can, that you really can tackle everything. And so, like I said, this is my batting cage card. And it's always like you can't even comment on what's going on because the next hit keeps coming or like really process or absorb these things. You have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, which tells me that you're having a little bit of a conflict between either being forward movement or internal focused. And so as you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, these two different measures are all about you having just a strong focus on the labors that you're involved in. I do see the Ten of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Not only do you feel as if things are overwhelming, you're also feeling like you're a little caged in. There isn't a lot of wiggle room in your commitment. So this would be like feeling overcommitted, feeling a little like it's lonely at the top kind of thing. Whatever decisions you've been making lately, it kind of feels like you are the decision maker. You're keeping your circle small. You're not letting people into the inner workings of your brain, and you're trying to make sure that you're very clear on what it is that you want to do. So at any rate, I am seeing too for you the Four of Coins, because this might be why you're so focused on your King and Queen of Wands, is that you are focused on your money and bringing in what it is that you need. The Four of Coins represents like you're trying to find out if there's any ways that you can bring in more money or you're getting creative with your finances. Okay. And again, I want you to notice you have the Ace of Cups, which is like you really being at the pinnacle of your emotions, but you have a lot of emotions coming up and love and etc. within your general spread here. I call this your sun sign spread as my dragon tarot, because this is all about like what's going on with your money and how you're interacting with other people. You do have the Strength card here. So if there's health coming up for you, or if you're finding that balance, it's telling me that this is all momentary and it should be shifting for you soon. I will say you've got King of Swords too. So, King of Swords references like you've won the war, now you must win the peace is the literal definition in this deck. And I love that because just because you win something, and there's always another layer or another level. So even though, you get to the top of the mountain, you got to come back down, or, you win the court case, I always use this analogy. Sorry if you're hearing it again, but you win the court case. Let's say somebody owes you money. You won you proved that they owe you the money. Now good luck getting it from them. Now you got to go through payment arrangements and enforcement or whatever. It's like getting, just because the judge says you can have your kids every weekend doesn't mean that the husband's going to show up on time or that he's going to take the kids on that weekend or you are. It's just, that's about building the life around the decisions that you've been making. And so you may have had some moments where I don't want to say sitting on your high horse. I don't like to be negative, but it's like you may have been sitting in your pride a little bit, but this is just because you know that you've like been putting all of these things on the scale and you're very sure and very clear on this is where you want to go. Don't let self-doubt, self-sabotage, and negative thinking distract you, because right here is what I was saying. The Three of Wands has to do with pressure, like maybe some criticism, maybe somebody, or even if you feel like you're being watched, or it's like one of those things, like we'll use the court analogy. It's like going to court and airing your dirty laundry. It's embarrassing. You feel like you're on the spot. So if you are feeling like you're on the spot and you're feeling a little overcommitted and overwhelmed, just know that your leadership is there. Things are about to move a little quickly for you. I am going to pull some cards for you with the Mystic Dreamer deck. That one I call my moon reading. That's your emotions, your relationships, how you're interacting with the loved ones in your life, the other individuals that you share personal relationships with. This could be anybody, your kid, your lover, your parents, roommates, your relationships. Because obviously it's pretty impossible for me to pick apart. I've gotten that before where they're like, well, I'm not divorced, so how is it that you're saying that all Libras, all Cancer, or whatever, I'm not having that go on? And that's it's true, because not all of us are going through the exact same moments, but how Cancer is interacting with their people is going to be just like this. So 9 of Wands, the first thing that comes up is fatigue. 10 of Wands, which is a burden. So it feels to me like you're carrying a little bit of responsibility when it comes to your relationships, and you're just feeling as if it's a chore or a task for everything that you're doing. 2 of Wands, and it only goes back to your prior reading with the Dragon Tarot, and that is that you have got entirely too much going on, both financially and in your work-related world, and a lot of decisions that are going on for you there. And I'm saying again, so you always get a congruency between your sun reading and your moon reading, so to speak, and you have the King of Wands. So just know that King of Wands is all about leadership and moving forward, and that's been the innermost focus that you've had, is your finances and work. However, your whole goal is to see that things get easier within your relationships. So we have the 6 of Swords, which tells us that you're really thinking that it's about, like, I say this is the rapids, like you're coming out of the rapids onto a clear lake and things are about to get smoother for you. And that's like your biggest hope. And there is the victory 6 of Wands, of course. So just remember, we have Mercury retrograde coming up, and you're just like not excited about that, because we have the 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords is all about you having miscommunication. So stay a little hyper aware with your relationships and make sure that you're communicating and giving yourself a little extra time. We have the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is all about like hopeless. There's been some situations in relationships, drama, fatigue, burden. Like it just seems like a lot of your relationships aren't on equal footing with you, and that you haven't had someone giving back. And so you're feeling that lack at this point. So again, we have 8 of Wands. I've done my part. Where's yours? You know what I'm saying? And so you have the 2 of Cups here. There is some balance going on for you, but your biggest concern is that you're serving from an empty cup. I was talking about this with, I think, I don't know, Sagittarius or maybe Gemini, and it's like, don't go to the table anemic. You cooked all day, but you're so worried about taking care of everyone else. Did you even take a moment to realize you need a bite too? And it's okay to feed yourself. No one else is going to do it, right? The only time that ever happens is when we're a baby. Thereafter, we've got to be the one to make sure our bodies are fed. Are you doing the same thing for the rest of your life? Are you getting the love that you need? Are you getting the requirements physically that you need? And so right here, you got fatigue, and that's why things start to feel like a burden, is because when you give too much, or like Karma says, serving anemic, make sure, or hypoglycemic, you're serving people before yourself. And so all of these relationships are feeling frustrating to you because you haven't been speaking up. You do have the 8 of Cups here, and that's about you ready to walk away. It's from certain things. You're ready to just leave these in the dirt because it's just not serving you. And again, Queen of Wands. You've got King of Wands and Queen of Wands. That tells me that right now, everything that's focused on your brain is mostly about you having this idea that you've got to get some things done or that everything is a job. So here's what's true. If you're sitting here as, you're using your work mode with your relationships, what you're telling yourself is this relationship is work, and you're bringing that into your translation. And now you're saying everything's exhausting. I have to do this thing with my husband, or I have to do this thing with my kids, right? And so you're spending time that's like not uncharitable giving, because it's a very loving thing to do, but your attitude about it, and it's just feeling a little bit like you're doing too much for others, and it creates a little drama, a little resentment, a little bit like frustration. So be careful that you find yourself some balance, because if you look right here, you've got the Temperance card dead center, and the Temperance card literally is her taking 2 cups, and it's the cosmos and the 3D, and it's like finding that balance. Okay, and so your center card is about finding that balance. Hello, Cancer. I feel like I'm channeling a Libra right now. But anyways, guys, there is the bulk of your relationship reading right there. So I am going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Somebody bitched me out for reading cards and told me I wasn't a good reader. And I was like, these are new to me. I do readings, but I'm going to continue to do this because I like it. I feel like it really adds something to the reading. And they're always a little random. However, they kick a little anchor into the reading, and I've liked it. So if you don't want to stick around while I read, completely understand. So footprints. So here's the thing. I was doing a coaching class with To Be Legacy. I'm going to be coaching with them coming up pretty soon. And so I was going through the new beta program. And one of the things we brought up today was focus and direction. And it's like, you can set a goal all you want. Sorry, I went on a tangent, but you can set a goal all you want. But if you don't know why you're doing the goal, and it's like, so some people say, I want to win $1 million, or I want to earn $1 million, but why do you want to earn $1 million? If you hold on to that why, and if it's valuable enough to you, you're going to be committed to your goal and your result. But this is what's interesting about this is the footprints card comes up referencing direction. So maybe, perhaps, Cancer, with all of this that you have going on with you, is that you haven't made a decision. And so you've just decided that I should help someone, or I should do this task, or I should be a good mom or a parent or spouse, or whatever it is at work that you're doing. You're giving too much, but you don't have like a direction. So that's why it's hard to make limits for some of us, is because we don't know where we're going. Well, thank you. She said that's interesting. Or he. So let's read the oracle card for footprints. So it says, you have been wondering which way in life you should go, and concerns regarding family, career, or life purpose have arisen. The answer is this: go towards that which brings you closer to the divine. Seek that which truly feeds your soul, for this will show you the road to tread. Be careful, however, to understand what this truly means. The ego has a wonderful way of tricking you into dreaming up get-rich-quick schemes. Or maybe, I don't even know if that's the thing, is that it's ego. I think it's just, we are such an impatient culture in these generation. I'm not talking about like where you live culturally, but I'm saying like culturally now, the idea is everything can happen quickly, and sometimes we don't have patience for those bigger pictures. So the truth is always constant, consistent, loving. Step into your soul's knowing and focus on your heart's passion, talents, and interests. These clues will point you in the right direction. Your incantation for the week: should I go here? Perhaps do that. Be a parent, an artist, or a big fat cat. Ego, no, it's not your say. Divine guidance will show the way. So it's saying here, don't let anyone push you off your chosen path. And I do find that that's pretty interesting based on what the author was saying there and how it fit into your reading. If you're feeling as if you're giving too much of yourself away, or if you're spending entirely too much time in the service of others, like I said, don't serve hypoglycemic. Get yourself a little bit of direction. If you know your why, you'll definitely find the path a little easier, because you'll stay convicted and you retrain your subconscious mind, because that's what you truly want. You recorrect your belief system. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm Karma. If you want a one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. You can find me on My Psychic One. Please let me know where you are in the world, how you liked your reading. Like, subscribe, and share, and come back next week. Browse the channel a little bit. You're going to catch me doing some live soon. There you have it. Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed week.